Hello friends, I am Madhurima Sharma. Welcome to my channel. As I said in my last video, I will be covering each and every topic of UGC NET Mass Communication Paper 2. So today my topic is Communication and Theories of Socio-Cultural Changes. What is socio-cultural changes? Socio-cultural change is an umbrella term for a theories of cultural changes and social changes describing how cultures and society have changed over time. Social changes. Changes in a society is not easy to investigate. Each society is unique and any changes that takes place are likely to result from a whole complex of interacting factors like environment, technology, personal, cultural, political, religious, economic, and so on. These are the factors of socio-cultural changes like shift from rural to urban life, from agricultural to industrial economy, the introduction of democratic pattern and their focus on individual freedom and initiative, keen competition for economic survival, and great opportunities for personal and professional enhancement. So these are the process of social changes: invention, discovery, and diffusion. Invention means a new combination or new use of existing knowledge. For example, television, radio, etc. Discovery is a shared human experience of an element of reality which already exists. For example, discovery of planet, discovery of ocean, etc. Diffusion. Most of the social changes in all known societies develop through diffusion. The spread of culture trait from group to group is through diffusion. Now, these are the theories of social change: evolutionary change, evolutionary theory, cyclic theory, equilibrium theory, conflict theory, technological theory. First of all, we will discuss about evolutionary theory. The notion evolution came in social science from the theory of biological evolution, and biological evolution is propounded by the biologist Charles Darwin. And it showed that species of organism have evolved from simpler organism to the more complicated organism through the process of variation and natural selection. So according to evolutionary theory, society moves in a specific direction, and Auguste Comte and Emile Durkheim propounded the evolutionary theory. The assumptions of evolutionary theory are: change is inevitable and natural, means it is compulsory and natural. Change is gradual and continuous. Change is sequential and in a certain stage. Evolution is progressive. That means all successive stages of change are higher over preceding stage. The stages of changes are non-reversible. It is very important for evolutionary theory that all society pass through a same stage of development. So these are the assumptions. Now there are three main types of evolutionary theory. First is theory of unilinear evolution, universal theory of evolution, multilinear theory of evolution. So first we will discuss about theory of unilinear evolution. It postulates the straight line, ordered or progressive nature of social change. According to this theory, change always proceeds toward a predestined goal in a unilinear fashion. There is no place of repetition of the same stage in this theory, as we discussed earlier in assumption of evolutionary theory, that there is no place of repetition of the same stage. Next is universal theory of evolution. Every society does not necessarily go through a same fixed stage of development. So it is little bit different from the unilinear theory of evolution, and it argues rather that the culture of mankind taken as a whole has followed a definite line of evolution, but they will not go through the same fixed stage of development. And the third is multilinear theory of evolution. It holds that change can occur in a several ways, that it does not inevitably lead in a same direction. That means it attempts to account for diversity. It is not in a same direction. Now, next social change theory is cyclic theory. This theory explains that every society undergo a phenomenon of cyclic changes, and it is given by Oswald Spengler and Arnold J. Chonibee. Like societies and civilization change according to cycle of rise, decline, fall, just as individual person are born, mature, grow old and die. So every society has a predetermined life cycle: birth, growth, maturity and decline. So this is the cycle, and the cycle begins again. So this is the cyclic theory. Next is equilibrium theory. Changes in one aspect of society requires adjustment in other aspect. That means there must be equilibrium in society, and it is given by Talcott Parsons. When these adjustments does not occur, equilibrium disappear, threatening the social order. So to maintain the social order, there must be equilibrium in the society. Next is conflict theory. Change has a crucial significance since it is needed to correct social injustice and inequalities. As we have understood in equilibrium theory, that for equilibrium, for adjustment in a society, for maintaining a society, there must be equilibrium in it. So in conflict theory, it is said that it is needed to correct that social injustice and inequalities, and conflict theorists do not believe that societies smoothly evolve to higher level. So conflict theorists assert that conflict is a necessary condition for a change. So conflict is important for a society. So there is no society changing or unchanging which does not have conflict of some kind or another. And the modern conflict theory is influenced by the idea of Karl Marx. So Karl Marx, it may be regarded from the economic theory of social change, which state that economic changes only occurs and produce other change through the mechanism of intensified conflict between social group and between different part of the social system. So conflict would ultimately transform society. There is always a class conflict between the society, the urban and rural, the rich and poor. So this conflict led to some social changes. Last is technological theory. Technological development creates new condition of life which forces new condition in adaptation. Like any development of technology, for example, when we have oral culture, at that time the society was different as compared to when we have printing press. So the society, the person who read newspaper, they have a different society as compared to earlier one. Like this, we have internet now, so we can see that we are actually adapting this new condition. So technology creates a new condition of life which forces new condition in adaptation. W.F. Ogburn, in his article How Technology Changes Society, writes, technology changes by changing our environment to which we turn, adapt. So any technological changes which is great enough will produce some other social change as a consequence. So technological changes may lead to social changes. Thank you so much.